Yeah, from the
Correct,
No
because
bulletproof jackets.
technically you would
They didn't have
only.
anything.
Yeah.
Wow.
Dude, their shift timings in Mumbai is 48 hours, one shift.
Wow.
In Delhi, wait for this, 72 hours. This is a shift
That's
timing of
the
a
shift timing of
firefighter.
her.
Guys, 6th of December on Amazon Prime Video comes a truly wonderful film called Agni. It's directed by Rahul Dholakia and it stars Divyendu, it stars Pratik Gandhi, it stars Jitendra Joshi, Saiyami Kher, really stellar cast. Most importantly, it's about the firemen in Mumbai city, and it's an homage to firemen all over the country and the world. A film that needed to be made, and I'm very happy to have my brothers Divyendu as well as Pratik here. So I'm absolutely blown away by this film, really overwhelmed by this film, and I can imagine Divyendu that when this script came to you. You must have pretty much asked the same question, saying, "Why have we never made something on firemen?"
True that. And it was surprising, it was embarrassing at the same time because they've been there, I mean, forever, man. And just to ignore someone who comes in a red color bus, I mean, shows how we are as a society. Maybe it's somewhere, I mean, sorry to say this, but I think it's a herd mentality somewhere. Yes, we glorify the army, military, police. Yes, they do a lot of great work. It's not easy to be them, it's a matter of pride to be them. But at the same time, so is our firefighters. They put in a lot of work, a lot of energy, a lot of commitment, but not to have any kind of recognition for them, I think it's not cool. We fail as a society there.
Another thing that was a very pertinent thing which I didn't know about is Pratik, they worship Agni Dev,
Yes.
which is so beautiful. We get married around the sacred fire in India. When we pass, we are, cremated on the sacred fire. All our artis have the sacred fire. And here is a community of people whose lives revolve around the sacred fire. So it's only appropriate. It's so beautiful that they pray to Agni Dev, isn't it?
It's absolutely incredible. In fact, the interesting fact is in English we call them firefighters who fight the fire. But in Hindi and Sanskrit, and
Agni
even
Shaman.
in Marathi, we call it Agni Shaman Dal. So, as they call Agni Devta, they feel like कि उसे शांत करना जरूरी है.
Yeah.
So you're not fighting with fire. You can never fight with
Oh, that's
fire.
a beautiful thought. It's only the British who
Just
could have.
calm it down.
The colonials, like they've screwed
Yeah.
up a lot of things.
Yeah.
have also
Douse it.
douse. And the whole concept of climbing down a pole, this is ridiculous. You make them so caricaturish.
Yeah.
Nobody climbs down a pole
Yeah.
anymore. At least not in India. Yeah, so that's a very, very beautiful thought and
Philosophy.
a philosophy,
Yeah, philosophy
and I'm
and-
so glad that Rahul and the writers have picked up on that. A fan of Rahul's previous work. I
100%.
saw Lamha, I saw Parzania. I don't know if there's anything else.
Race.
Rice, yeah.
Race, yes, yeah.
Which
yeah.
is, I don't know for what reason, it is one of Shah Rukh's understated work. In
Yeah.
the sense, people don't talk about that in the list of global hits.
Yes.
I don't know why, because it is actually quite a fine film.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Even I'm RD Rahul Dholakia is I love him here as a filmmaker. His politics in life is so correct, is so bang on that we need more voices like him. He's just a lazy filmmaker who just takes a lot of time to make a film, but understandably so because he, that kind of research and development he puts in the work there. Is justifiable, but he's a fine filmmaker of our times.
I find the fact that this serious topic is broken by this very funny relationship between this firefighter and this policeman who are actually connected to each other by Sai Tamankar's character, which is She's Divyendu's sister and Pratik Gandhi's wife. And their noke joke between these two characters, I found really broke the tension for
Yeah.
me. I was waiting for scenes between the two of you. And, the banter that goes back and forth. And it's also, even though those lines are very funny, Pratik, they're very telling.
Yeah. In fact, this relationship is written very beautifully.
Very nice.
Because most of the time, Divyendu's character uh, actually depicts the way society thinks.
Yeah,
In fact, my son's character also is the depiction of society.
yeah.
For large part of society, firefighters are not hero. They're there. They work. So these characters, like my character, Vithal's internal journey is also that to earn that respect in the house, and that's the reason that he becomes almost against the cop, Divyendu's character, because my son is always in awe of his mama, who was a super cop.
And it's so and so beautifully done, no? Because this guy has not done anything wrong to him.
Correct.
But it's because of the son that he wants that kind of validation from his son that he doesn't like this guy.
And the Mama Bhanja relationship in any case in India is supposed to be one of friendship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
Indian
A
cinema has picked up
fanboy.
on that also, like Arshad Wasi and Naseer Saab in Ishqiya, that whole Mamu Jan kind of vibe. And it is always said that a boy has his first drink with his Mamu, or the Mamu teaches him all the slightly
ropes.
naughty things in life. Like in this case, I mean, just for fun, he gives him blank goalies,
Yeah.
So I found that very nicely done, and you both are such great actors that it turned out so beautifully, all those scenes. Also, one doesn't realize how technical firefighting is, boss.
Yeah.
Like I noticed in one of the scenes, I think it's a climax where the fire is eating everything up, and he takes his axe and he opens a window so that he lets the fire breathe and go out.
Yeah.
You don't think of these things. You don't think of the boots. You don't think of the anti-inflammable material. What they do to get all these things covered. And it must have been an eye-opener for you, Pratik, to shoot these scenes in the fire. And I'm sure you must have, there is visual effects, but you must have actually been in a couple of fires.
Yes, yes. In fact, we shot with real fire, which has been enhanced in the post production to an extent. But it was a big learning experience for me. In fact, we trained with firefighters for almost 3-4 weeks because it requires a lot of technical knowledge to handle all those equipments. How do you actually stand when you have a hose pipe in your hand? There is a standing position. The stance has to be correct, otherwise it can throw you off. The moment you start the water supply,
Because the power of it is so
the
much.
back pressure can actually throw you off.
Wow.
So these technicalities that, even though I'm an engineer, I have worked in the plants, construction plants. There was little know-how about things, but in this detail, I had no clue. And in fact, each and every material, it is going to be a good, education for a lot of viewers also. Who actually, we see a lot of equipments all around our buildings, our offices. We don't know.
Correct.
ये वो जो break the glass in case of emergency जो रखा है,
Yeah.
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 what does it do? Hardly people would have any idea about it.
Yeah.
It's largely a common sense, which is absolutely uncommon.
And I remember, Divyendu, during 2017 when the fire, it actually happened across the road where we are sitting.
Yeah. The big one here.
The big one, it happened in Kamla Mills. And I remember at that time we were bang opposite Kamla Mills, an office that you guys have been to before also, both of you. You had come during Mirzapur, he had come during his place, which is on Tulsi Pipe Road, bang opposite, which is before we got acquired by HT and moved into this building. And I remember the fumes of that being so powerful that even though it happened in the night, when we came to work the next day, the air was so black. And I'm so glad that Rahul has drawn from a real life incident, because now when people go into restaurants, they're going to look around.
Yeah. That's the hope. I mean,
That's the
hopefully,
hope.
yes, because we tend to get as a society pretty comfortable with, okay, please, so just don't take it as a film. Yes, it's for entertainment and everything, but there are some really important things we are saying in the film. It is for our own safety. Yeah, over and above the entertainment factor of the film. Yeah.
For example, Saiyami Kher, who's doing a report on a restaurant fire, turns around and says, "This is supposed to be the fire exit.
Yeah.
How can you have a table for 5?" So
Cozy corner bana
yeah. So out of greed, because you want more covers on tables, people are doing that. And the whole concept of making a mezzanine floor.
Yeah.
We've noticed that the BMC will come and break it down, and then the mezzanine floor comes up again, which is so dangerous. I've seen editing studios, I don't want to take names, where, there's offices here and then a mezzanine, kids are sitting and editing
There
there.
are full of these small khopchas,
Yeah,
even
yeah.
sound studios, editing studios. They're like, it's just, that if God forbidden something happens, it's a trap.
Gone. In fact, these are still commercial places.
Yeah.
Right? I'm saying people are not even sensitive about their own lives in their buildings and houses. Anywhere you see any building, you just go and check fire exits and fireplaces are largely encroached. Either they have put their exercise cycle there, or they have put some material
Your
there.
character says that.
Just an extra place to use and utilize, which people don't understand, that because accident happens only once. It doesn't happen regularly for you to understand.
No, in our building now, the society, we've decided to do fire drills at least once in 3 months, and we've said one person in the family should be there compulsorily
Yeah.
to go through those fire drills so that you can educate other people in your family. It's so important because we live in matchbox size houses in closed buildings.
Especially
this
in
is a
Mumbai, yeah.
Mumbai is just very, very dangerous. Yeah. And also that thing about fire extinguishers being there but being empty.
Empty.
Because nobody is bothered. They've just put
Nobody
it
ever
there.
checked it.
Yeah, nobody ever checked.
Art direction.
I want to compliment you, Divyendu. I mean, for you to do a UP wala is not difficult. I mean, you're from the north, you've lived there, and you do that with great finesse. But attention, all you filmmakers who are looking to cast him as a Marathi Manus. The accent, the vibe, everything is full on, man. Yeah. And not difficult to do because I mean, you're a
In a way-
great actor and you have enough. You spend enough time with Marathi Manuses.
Yes, but
to
it
pick
was
up
it was
nuances.
still tricky for me. Also to play that age, you're playing the cop, to get the Marathi accent and the whole everything about his personality and small little things right was very very important. Also because you're representing police here, and it's a whole culture you're representing.
And you can't be caricaturish, otherwise they get really pissed off. Yeah,
And
yeah.
obviously that I also don't want to do as an actor.
yeah.
I don't want to be just another cop jo ki aaya gaya. So, but thank you so much. Thank you.
A superb job, yeah. And really, the women are so good.
Yeah.
My God, how such strong, phenomenal women. You see Saiyami who plays a firefighter. You see Sai who plays Pratik's wife. The lady who plays your wife, what's her name?
Yeah.
Another great actor.
Sakhi.
Sakhi.
Mitra. I was
Really great actor. And I like that whole vibe of whatever happens in between, we are one family,
Yeah.
and the women are trying to sort things out between these two guys and their stupid
But
egos.
this so it's the layering is so nice, no? Because a fire versus police and Jija Sala, it just blends so nicely, seamlessly. It's a genius of writing, yeah.
And there's such wonderful scenes, and you will discover on the 6th when it releases. But there are some delightful scenes
There's
where
one which our favorite is in the restaurant. When
Restaurant.
you'll see the film,
dinner
I
table scene.
hope you'll enjoy that scene.
my one of my favorites is Pratik being pulled over twice. Once he's pulled over on his bike, and the same cop pulls him over the second time around. I'm not going to reveal everything, but I'm just going to say the first time he gets no respect. The second time he believes he's getting respect. But actually he's not getting respect, which I thought again was fantastic writing. And the fact that you call your force Avengers. Was that in the original script?
No.
That was
That's
improvised,
him.
yeah.
That's you, huh?
That's him.
Well done, man. How did you think of that?
Thank you.
It is hilarious. And you say it 2-3 times in the film.
Yeah.
Avengers.
Yeah. That's also, so you have to come up with that mindset that we are the ones who are saving the city.
Yeah.
We are the real action. We're dealing with the gangsters and the everything. So I just
And a minister, I don't know if he's the chief minister or the home minister, who likes to speak in English. So these are the beautiful,
yeah, Hrishi,
entertaining
matlab
bits.
full marks to you also. You've
Yeah,
got
detail mein dekha.
everything.
No, but I love the
full.
film, man. I love the
Good.
film.
Yeah.
And, guys, I got a preview copy of it as a member of the media. Few of us have the honor of getting a preview copy, but only not to give spoilers, but to help the conversation.
Yeah.
And I think that was a master stroke. So, to talk about Saiyami a little bit, I think she's done such a fine job. And the fact that she is Marathi Manus helps, but also there is that straight, no nonsense feel.
Yes.
And a lot of women I've noticed, and this is not about this film, a lot of women who are traditionally beautiful, when they go for work, surrounded by men, they de-glamorize themselves purposely. And that, I think Rahul had got perfectly with Saiyami's character.
That's so true. Yeah. I mean, you've seen it
Yeah.
in detail though. And that Sayami is personal life also. She is absolutely a no nonsense girl.
Yeah. And a strong,
And
fit
a
girl.
Strong fit girl. Yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, all the drills that we have done for 3-4 weeks, she was the first one to complete everything.
So you actually did those drills, huh?
Yes,
You
yes.
a lot of exercise.
Yeah, a lot of
I like that whenever the Parel fire station is shown, there's always drills happening in the background. In the movie, they say,
Which is the real scene.
ek, do. It's always there, huh?
mostly. And in fact, the one drill particularly where through the ladder we had to climb to third floor, and when you climb down, you have a person on your shoulder and you take him down. That's their drill. That's what they
Wow.
train for.
I can only imagine what they did in the Taj Hotel, man, when they brought all those people down
Oh,
from.
I met a couple of those
You met them, huh?
firefighters who actually worked there in Taj.
And
But
what
dude,
were
the-
your conversations with them like?
So they saw the film.
Yeah.
They had
Yeah,
there was
yeah,
a screening for them, special screening for them.
So we did one in Mumbai for firefighters and one in Delhi.
Very nice.
So Mumbai firefighters who were part of that Taj incident, they said, "Sir, we were there. We rescued people,
Wow.
but nobody ever, s- mentioned our name anywhere. That's still okay, but we were so, we were so enamored by the fact that this is the situation where only we can get into fire and rescue someone." And they were the only set of people who didn't have any gears to save themselves or from the bullets.
Yeah, yeah. From the
Correct,
No
because
bulletproof jacket.
technically you would
They didn't have
only.
anything.
Yeah.
Wow.
Dude, their shift timings in Mumbai is 48 hours, one shift.
Wow.
In Delhi, wait for this, 72 hours. This is a shift
That is-
timing
that
of
is
a
shift timing
firefighter.
of fire.
So when they go home, they can be called anytime.
Anytime, if any firefighter has to go out of the city beyond municipal corporation limit, it requires prior intimation.
They are so
approvals and everything.
understaffed. They're so understaffed.
But it's part of their job.
It's part of their
So,
job.
so,
That's how
so
it is designed.
whatever your birthday, anniversary, whatever you're celebrating, if there is a call, just immediately go, change, and report.
Which is what happens. You're celebrating a colleague's
Yeah.
birthday there, and it just happens.
Yeah.
In fact, a lot of firefighters said that this is so real, this is so true. It happens almost every time with us.
I believe Rahul also shot in the fire chief's house. Were you there in those scenes? Maybe he did exterior shots or whatever it is, or
those exterior shots.
and he wanted to get a feel of the firefighters' chief's house. And apparently, the house has firefighter boots and usme pool. Like we have vases and things like that. No, so they were making use of old boots, and which I was reading somewhere, which is quite fascinating. And the fire chief apparently has a big house, but the other ones are all living in one bedroom with just a kitchen or
And
a
mostly
toilet.
they live
Just right above the fire
right above the
station.
fire station.
Fire station, huh?
Right above the
There and then. So when the bell rings, they have to leave within first 60
within
seconds.
First 60 seconds.
Like just evacuate now.
And that's it.
That's crazy, man. That's unbelievable. What would you say would be Rahul's biggest strength as a filmmaker? What is it that you found in him that you haven't found in other directors? Both of you. Start with you, Divyendu.
I would say that there is absolutely no baggage he gets to the set as a big filmmaker, as established filmmaker. That for me is a very big thing because you're making a film, it's a collaborative effort, and filmmaking involves different departments coming together and achieving a common goal. For him to have just absolutely no ego, I mean, so open for just collaboration is just commendable. He can crack a joke, but he can take a joke as well.
Nice.
He's absolutely guy with no ego. That I will always admire about him.
Yeah.
What about you, Pratik?
He's very sensitive. So those human emotions and sensitivity that he brings in his storytelling is very unique. The way he understands these layers of humans and finding human story from anywhere. That's a strength.
Yeah, because he's got all the technicalities right, which you can do with hard work and good production design.
Yeah.
But reading emotions and understanding
Yeah.
that layering,
Yeah.
and especially bringing the humor in is not an easy task. It's a really difficult task. Jeetu's also done a good job, and another accomplished actor both from the Marathi stage and the mainstream.
This is Jitendra Joshi we are
Jitendra
talking
Joshi.
about.
Yeah.
I like your scenes with him where you go out for a drink.
For a ring, yeah.
They're nice and casual, and as the night progresses, it gets a little emotional. Like with all colleagues who finish their work and they go out for a drink.
So that's it. They talk after third drink.
Yeah, you don't drink, so you don't know that, Pratik. But especially in a quarter system bar, it's fascinating. I'm just flummoxed how you would do all these scenes without ever drinking, or having the curiosity of saying maybe I should go to a quarter system bar someday and sit down.
That's a very interesting place to go and see.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Get some machi fry along with the bitings. They call it chakna and bitings.
Cool place to get a lot of food for thought and characters.
But have you accompanied your friends even otherwise? I mean, to
Yes,
bars.
yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
you've done all that.
Yeah, yeah, a lot of places.
Even if you're not drinking, you're with them.
In fact, I remember one such bar where I went with my colleagues during my corporate time. This guy would serve you beer, but he'll never take the empty bottles. He said, "छोटा table है, बाहर गया आप तो नीचे रखेगा वो." He'll not take the bottles. Then I
Because
asked him that
ginti.
why don't you? After a few drinks, people forget. They don't pay.
Well said. Smart guy.
So much.
ये किसने पिया? But there are some places जहाँ पे they keep serving you drinks और साथ के साथ में पैसा भी है.
मतलब per
के
drink.
साथ हाँ मतलब
Correct.
आप पे करते चलो.
This film, for those of you who don't know, is produced by Excel. Divyendu, of course, has done work with Excel. Have you done an Excel project before, Pratik?
Madgaon.
Yeah, Madgaon an Excel project. You both are Excel boys. And particularly produced by Qasim. I think Qasim produced this. Who else?
Jagmagia.
Qasim, I mean the whole Excel.
The whole
Yeah,
Excel
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah. Because I imagine from Excel there'll be two executive producers who come on and this and that. And I believe Farhan was very excited about this story. I don't know. Did he tell you guys that?
Definitely
Yeah?
yes. Yeah, from day one. Very, very interested.
And what a choice of director that they would pick up. I like the fact that also.
Also for him, Rais was also with Excel.
Correct.
So it was sort of homecoming for him.
And I was thinking when this song was happening, saying, okay, fine, Rahul has decided that maybe he doesn't want to have an original song, so you take a catalog song, and Excel must have organized for that. To the party. Galla Gudiya. Yeah. So great. So that's about it. We're going to wrap. My last question is: any recent travel destination you guys went to, or have you been just working too hard
No, I've
that
been
you
lucky.
enjoyed?
Even him,
Yeah.
I went to Germany.
Very nice.
And I spent like good 24, 25 days. And I went around and it was lovely. So yeah, that's my life goal. That 1.5 month per year has to be somewhere else.
Lovely. What about you?
So recently I just went to US and Cancun for the first time, Mexico.
Wow.
I had to attend a family wedding there. So that's a first ever Cancun visit.
I hope your wife had lots of tequila. Guys, it's called Agni. It's on Amazon Prime Video 6th. It has Divyendu and Pratik done such a wonderful job. It's a Rahul Dholakia film. Please go watch it. Give it a lot of love. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
94.3 Radio 1.